At City Hall, Zana Carpenter, one of our city employees, called us and told us that two of the nicest people had just come into the Muleshoe City Hall, and she wanted us to meet them. They were bicycling where? From where to where?
We started in first we from Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
And then we took a bus to Boston. And then we took the train to Savannah, Georgia. That's where we started our trip.
And so actually on the bus coming into the United States, the bicycles were on there with the bus, and then you put them on the train to Savannah.
Exactly.
And so you started riding from Savannah.
Correct. So we started riding from Savannah, Georgia. We did all the finger of Florida through the Everglades, and we followed the Gulf of Mexico coast.
Now, what's a finger of Florida?
Well, the Florida looks like the shape of a finger.
Yes. Okay.
So if you follow all the coastline, the Atlantic coastline, and then it makes kind of a finger. So
yes, I'd never thought about that.
We cut the finger because we crossed in the alligator alley, which is the 41, the Everglades.
Yes.
And we saw tons of gators there. That was very fun.
Was it? Did you get tired of alligators?
Yeah, at some point we were very tired of seeing. No, but we can be tired to see alligator and nature.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what is your name?
my name is Genevieve, or in French we say Genevieve.
Genevieve what?
Gervais.
Genevieve Gervais. Alliteration, JJ then.
Yeah, exactly.
And where do you live?
Well, for this trip, we quit our jobs and we left our apartment. So right now we have no address, but I am from Montreal. Yes.
And so now, how did you get this idea to bicycle anywhere on a long journey?
Well, we met each other through the bike industry in Quebec. I used to work for a bike association, and Jacques-Alexandre is a great bike mechanic, and he also trains bike mechanics. So I took a bike mechanic course, and he was my teacher. So together we have this passion of bicycling, and we decided to bicycle together on this amazing journey.
How many miles will the journey be when you complete it?
In total, it will be about 12,000 miles. So far, we've done almost 4,000. So we're 1/3-ish through our journey.
And now, what is your name?
My name is Jacques-Alexandre, which is Jacques-Alexandre. This is the first name. And Levesque, or Levesque.
And so, are you originally from Quebec?
I'm originally from Quebec, but more on the countryside of Montreal, which is about 1 hour and a half from Montreal.
Now, your name, is that 3 names, or do you...
Jacques-Alexandre is the first name.
Oh, is it written together?
Yeah.
Okay.
With between there is
Dash.
a dash. Yeah.
And so
So
now...
J.A. is shorter.
Right. Okay. And so tell me, what is your profession?
I was a sound engineer for a movie industry, and I was first I was a Foley artist also. So the Foley artist is the man who's doing all the noise,
The sound effect.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't do explosion or stuff like that. But
Now, for plays or for bands or what?
not a band, for a movie.
For movies.
Yeah, exactly. So the sound for a movie, and then the computer was taking my place, and I was
I've heard that before.
and then I was recordist, sound engineer for dubbing. So when you're doing a movie, like in United States, is in English, and we have to double it in French. So that's why I was recording the artist who's playing the French version of the movie in English.
When did you first get on a bicycle in your whole life? Just think about it. When was the first time you rode a bicycle?
I was young, probably maybe 4 years old. My dad put me on a bike really, really young. And I remember riding my bike with my sister, like in the street, like at a very young age. So I've always rode a bike when I think about it. And in Montreal, we don't use the car. I've used my bike to commute everywhere. So bike has always been part
of your life.
Yeah, definitely a part of my life. I think it's a great way to travel. It's a great way to go from point A to point B, and you see more. Yeah, it's a lifestyle. You see more. You notice things that in a car you don't. Yeah, smells and things that you don't notice when you're in a car.
And also, you started in Savannah.
Yes, correct.
And you're going to end where?
The final destination is Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Exactly. So we have to be there before September, before the cold weather, the bad weather. But as Canadian and Quebecois, we know a lot about bad weather. But we have to be there before September.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 37.
37. Yeah. And so, have you always had a bike passion?
Yeah, I was my first trip on bicycle. I was 14 years old.
Really?
And I was starting from my little town, from Sainte-Marceline de Kildare, and I was starting by train. I took the train and I went to a little place like named Lac Saint-Jean, St. John's Lake, and that was my first trip. And then, it's a passion, it's a drug, and I went to Iceland 2 years ago to make a part of the island of Iceland, which is very beautiful and windy like here.
Is it? And what part of the year was that? You were in Iceland traveling by bicycle?
Iceland, it was in June, so there's no night at that time because it's very high up north. And that was very funny because you're sleeping on your tent and it's still always daylight. Yeah, exactly.
And how long did you travel by bicycle in Iceland?
In Iceland, that was very short. That was 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So now, what date did you leave home this year or last year?
What time? What is the day? That was the 8th of June of January.
Oh, it was this year, January.
Yeah, but we starting the bicycle trip the 12th of January.
January the
12th. First pedaling.
Okay. Now, what job or profession were you in?
I used to be a project manager for a bike association in marketing, and I worked a lot in tourism as well to organize bike trips or bike events. And I also am a yoga teacher also back home.
Well, now, listen, we have Tour de Muleshoe. So you all have to come back around Father's Day and be in the Tour de Muleshoe, okay?
Okay. That sounds good.
Right. Now, the bike, which one is yours? Over my right shoulder?
Yes, mine is the green one.
Okay. And so what are you carrying there on your bike?
Well, no.
It's what?
So it's maquillage. And how do you varnish? Nails varnish?
No. The front panniers are mostly food. We carry, all like spices, oil, other things that we need to cook daily. And the back panniers is mostly our sleeping gear and some clothing, books, and all the things, soap, all the things we need to live on this road.
On the bicycle.
Yes, yes.
And so, if you can't get someone to welcome you into their home, or you don't stay in a motel or a hotel, well, where do you stay?
We've done different places. We've asked churches. Sometimes they will let us pitch our tent behind the church. We've done marinas. We've done cemeteries.
Really?
Yeah, we've done at the beach. We had a few nights on the beach. But we mostly, when we enter towns, we'll go to the city hall because they know their towns and they know where we could. And we prefer asking people before, just pitching our tent anywhere. So usually we've had people inviting to their homes, in their backyards. So we've been, state parks. We've done also a lot of camping in the state parks, so we've always managed to find a safe place to pitch our tent for the night.
Now, starting in January, it was cold, wasn't it?
Yes, we did. We thought as Canadian, we'll just go south and it'll be nice. But we heard that this winter was pretty cold for everyone, not just up north, but also in the south. They had pretty cold weather. So
did you sleep out many cold nights?
Yes, we did. I think the coldest was 27, but we have, wool shirts and long johns, and we have good down sleeping bags. And so we have good gears to be able to sleep comfortably on those cold nights.
So is right now the warmest that you've had?
I think so. Yeah, because in the most dry place that we passed by.
And so we're in the 80s, don't you think, today? In the low 80s. And so it's going to get warmer.
Oh, yeah, but we prepare for that, and we can manage.
And so from Muleshoe, you're going where?
We're going to... tomorrow we're going to sleep to Clovis. And then...
So you'll go 30 miles tomorrow?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you came from where?
We came from
Muleshoe.
Littlefield. That's where we were yesterday.
And we understood the Crescent Motel in Littlefield was really good to you.
Yeah, yeah, that was very nice. And the guy was a cyclist.
Oh, he was.
So I think when we meeting some cyclists, they understand how suffer we.
And you told me, Genevieve, something really nice happened right at the edge of Muleshoe as you were coming into town with a man from Pennsylvania. Tell me about that.
Yeah, just before entering town, there's this man who turned around, did a U-turn and stopped, and he had a bag with 2 cold Gatorade drinks for us and some Texas ice cream, the Bluebell vanilla ice cream. He walked throughout the United States, and he knew that it's hot and dry, and he wanted to just pay it forward and make sure that we had It was very nice. It was a beautiful time. We just met amazing people on this trip, people that have been generous, warm, welcoming, and we haven't met any bad people. They don't exist in our mind. We just met really amazing people.
Wonderful. And that's good to hear. Now, how much did the bicycles cost?
We had a good deal because I'm working and she's working on the bike industry. But I think the bicycle by himself, it's about $2,000. And all the gears, it's maybe $5,000 in total. Because
total of the two.
Yeah. So we have
sponsors that helped us like a sport store, like a outdoor gear, a little bit like REI that you have here in the States, that has helped us, that has giving us gear or help us to get gear. Other sponsors, bicycle wear, how do you say, clothing, bicycle clothing company that gave us some clothes. So we've been really lucky to be able to get, because it isn't it is money to decide to quit your job and to bicycle throughout the United States. So we were lucky to have help with our health insurance, like travel insurance. Also, a few company that has or thought that we had a good project and they wanted to support us. So that's really nice.
Very good. Now, are you doing this for any cause?
Actually, we doing it. That was for fun because we like bicycling, and then we decided to add a little challenge, and it's not buying any water bottle at all.
Any water that's in a bottle,
Yeah, just
and that you would
using-
go and pick up at the convenience store or the grocery store or
Exactly.
any place else.
Just using tap water because we thinking that we have a good water in United States and Canada. In North America, I think we are lucky to have a good water. And we just want to prove that the big company, they want to sell us at the same price than gas or something like that. It's a natural resources that everybody have to do it free for free. So that's what we wanted to prove by this trip. And since we left, we didn't use any
Bottled water.
exactly.
And this is good muleshoe water. And don't you think it's the best?
I think it's the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It is good.
Yes. We've met, in every city the water tastes different. Like in Florida it was very sulfury. We've had heavy water. They all taste different, they smell different, but they are good for you. They are good for you, and we just want to show people that even us throughout our trip out of our comfort zone, we were able to just use our reusable bottle and just fill it up, and it didn't cost anything, that we are in perfect health. And plastic is really being an issue. And with our bicycle, we do see all on the side of the road, all the plastic. And we just want to show that, it's simple gesture that people can do to save our environment.
Right. And if you have to use something like plastic or paper or anything else, don't throw it out.
No, exactly.
There's a place. That's right.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't know if you have a recycling.
Not in muleshoe.
Not in Muleshoe. Yeah.
We have everything else, but not a recycling center.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, how did you really decide that now's the time that you're going to go on this journey across North America?
Well,
Or around North America?
yeah, I think we were at this place in our lives that, okay, do we buy a house and have kids, or shall we just really enjoy some time together? And work-wise, personal-wise, I think it was just the moment. It was just, we kind of looked at each other and we both felt the same way, like, let's do this.
Now, you've been through or in Georgia and Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and you entered Texas where?
To Jasper.
Yeah, kind of like east, central Louisiana, and then into East Texas. Our first night in Texas was at Martin's Dice Junior State Park. That was our first night. Yeah.
And you left Louisiana. What was the last town in Louisiana? Do you remember?
The Ryder. The Ryder was the last town.
Would it be DeRidder?
Probably the radar. It's my French accent.
It's okay.
To flip in more English, but sometimes you just have to.
People look at us and they're like, where? And then they say it and they're, oh, yeah.
And so then in Texas, you've been where after you entered the state?
Many places because Texas is big. We passed through Livingston and then Lake Conroe, which was, yeah, I have a I have a big memory. And then after that, we entered Burnham, Burnett, Burnett, and then, but that's in the hill country.
Yes.
It was before Austin.
Brenham?
Yes, Brenham, and then Bastrop, Page. We stayed in Austin for a few days and then hit the hill country, like Georgetown, Llano,
Yes.
and then made our way more west.
Big Springs.
Yeah, Big Spring, San Angelo. We stopped in San Angelo. No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so San Angelo.
To avoid some
A
big,
larger town.
big city because
And you
it's,
don't go on the interstate.
no, we're not allowed to. We can't ride on
And from Clovis, you'll go on.
Santa Fe. Santa Fe is the big city that we plan to go, but between that.
To Colorado.
Colorado, and then probably passing by the Four Corners because it's famous and we just want to be there. And then the Grand Canyon that we want to see, and Utah, Bryce Canyon. And from there, it depends on the time of the timing because we have to leave the country, I mean the United States, before July.
I see.
Because as Canadian, we can just stay 6 months.
I see.
So we will see if we're going up north, go to Yellowstone, or going through San Francisco and then doing all the West Coast, Portland and Oregon, and then we're going to Vancouver. So we're entering in our country, and from there it will be another trip to prepare because there's no convenience store. It's there's bears there, so it's another planning to do.
We'll put you on our prayer list.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. That's really nice.
So yeah, and then we're going to Anchorage.
Now, have you had any accidents?
Nope, not at all.
No flat.
No flats?
No flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that something? I
Yeah.
can't believe.
Good
No broken spokes?
No. So far,
But we're carrying some spoke just in case. But from now, touch the wood.
Yeah. We'll all do that.
Yeah. So.
Here's wood right here. Knock on it.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, it's going pretty. It's a very nice trip, and you have a beautiful country.
Thank you very much. And what about, are you carrying any technology that helps you along the way?
We have an iPad, and it's for GPS and to planning. But the rest is, and I have a solar panel to charge it during we're pedaling. And that's it. We have some headlamp for the night, and
regular maps also. Because sometimes technology don't work everywhere, so it's nice to have also paper maps, the good old maps.
Well, now, what did your family think, your parents think about you taking this trip out to somewhere?
Yeah. I think we're both really lucky, and our parents, well, they thought we were a bit crazy, but if this is what we wanted, they just encouraged us to listen to our heart and to just do it.
And you keep in touch.
Oh yeah, with the iPad, we're able to Skype. We talk to our parents like every other day. They know which town we're going, and his parents have a big map, and every time we talk they put a little star, and same thing with my dad. He takes notes everywhere we've been and how many miles we've done so far, so they are really proud.
Are you going to write a book, or are you journaling or anything?
It's funny because we just thought about that when we were pedaling today. And maybe we have some very nice picture. We have a blog. If so if you want to
now, where
it's,
is it?
it's a JAG because Jacques-Alexandre and Genevieve Bisick BICIK .com BICIK. It's a slang. It's a French slang for bicycle. It's a bisic. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
JIG
Bisic. BICIK.
Okay, .com
com.
is the blog, so we can follow you. You can't get
There's an
away.
app there to follow us and to let you know where we are in the States or in Canada.
And you have a daughter you keep up with.
Yeah, my little Rose. I call her most of each day, and
Where does she live?
She live in France with her mother, and she's very she's wonderful.
How old is little Rose?
She 3 and 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, so.
Darling age.
And sometimes I say some story to her with the iPad, and
Great.
yeah,
Technology is wonderful.
the technology is wonderful sometimes.
And it's wonderful that you came to Muleshoe in Texas, of course, and we hope that you all will come back.
Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you for your hospitality. Can you say that? Hospitality?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much.
You said it correctly, too.